Hello and welcome to Two Guys News. I am TJ Washuk, and this is a show where we go over the news topics of the day in about 3 to 5 minutes. This is a new format I am trying out, so comments below are appreciated. Now let's get right into the news. Wisconsin teen Jayme was recently found after being missing for 88 days. Jayme was found about 70 miles from her home in Barron, Wisconsin, walking down the road in the cold, without a coat or gloves. To give you a reference point, right now, the temperature in Wisconsin is about 6 degrees. Back in October, Jake Patterson broke into the Claus's home, shot and killed both of Jayme's parents, and kidnapped her. Thankfully, right now, Jake is currently in police custody. Now, the Clauses worked at Hormel Foods' Jennie-O turkey store. Hormel had a reward of $25,000 for anyone that could find Jayme. Now the company is in talks of getting that money donated to Jayme. Hopefully, Jayme has some close family friends or relatives that can help her through this tough time. In other news, a 5-year-old boy was found in a school bus 7 hours after the bus dropped off the kids at school. The kindergartner was on a school bus headed to Linden Hill Elementary School in Wilmington on Tuesday morning. Eben fell asleep on the bus, however, never got off. Officials said the bus driver never did her usual sweep after the children were dropped off at school. She also allegedly ignored the other students when they told her the boy was still on the bus. Patty Nash of the Red Clay School District told NBC 10 the school made a big mistake by not calling Eben's parents when he was marked absent on Tuesday morning. Sounds like everything that could potentially go wrong did. Now let's jump over into business news. Buzzfeed is expected to lay off 15% of their workers this week. The reductions involve multiple departments, including the news division. Buzzfeed has about 1,450 employees, so about 220 people will be leaving. Now, as of late, I haven't really noticed many people sharing Buzzfeed articles. Have you guys? But I guess some good news for these Buzzfeed employees. Work seems to be getting easier to come by. In a recent report, the number of Americans filing applications for unemployment benefits is at its lowest point since November of 1969. Now moving into tech news to wrap things up today, we have 2 stories to go over. Google is appealing a $57 million privacy fine from the EU. This fine is the biggest yet for breaking the European Union's new privacy rules, the General Protection Regulation, or GDPR, that came in effect last May. The French government said Google broke the law by railroading users into consenting to having their information used for advertising purposes when they set up a new account. The GDPR is very strict about what constitutes as real consent, and it said the information people gave users beforehand was too fragmented and vague for people to understand what they were really consenting to. A spokeswoman at Google said in a statement, "We've worked hard to create a GDPR consent process for personalized ads that is transparent and as straightforward as possible based on regulatory guidance and user experience testing. We're also concerned about the impact of this ruling on publishers, original content creators, and tech companies in Europe and beyond. For all these reasons, we've now decided to appeal." Chinese tech company Huawei is making headlines once again this week for their announcement about the release of a next-gen smartphone. Huawei Technologies, the biggest global supplier of network switching gear for phone companies, is spending heavily to develop its own chip technology, an area where American vendors are global leaders. This move can help reduce Huawei's multi-billion-dollar annual bill from components and risk of disruptions of U.S. supplies. The handset built by Huawei as the first foldable 5th-generation smartphone will be unveiled next month at the industry's biggest annual event, the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. Huawei still relies heavily on Intel and other US suppliers, but has developed its own increasingly powerful chips for smartphones and servers. The company uses its chipsets only in their own products. Qualcomm has a vastly larger array of products and patents for smartphone chips, but Huawei is catching up. Wednesday's announcement reflects mounting efforts by Chinese companies to develop technology to compete with their Western rivals and reduce reliance on imported know-how. Tensions are high between the US and Chinese trade markets, and it'll be interesting to see where we'll be at in about 6 months. And that is about it for today's news. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw and want to see more, please hit that like button. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. But as always, we love you and good night. This has been a Two Guys production.